Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today I'm going to explain to you how we wound up spending over $7,000 in just truck parts in less than 1 week. That's right, over $7,000 in just parts. That does not include any labor, any kind of service or anything like that. That's just truck parts itself. So why did we spend that much money on truck parts? Well, one, parts are expensive and different truck pieces are expensive. We really didn't purchase too many different pieces. Maybe that was divided between 4 to 5 different major items and a few smaller ones as well. But I'm going to kind of give you the story behind that. And this is to tell you that trucking can be expensive if you don't operate the truck correctly. So these truck parts needed to be replaced due to just wear and tear and just because of the nature of the business. A lot of people don't understand or don't really realize that when you have a bunch of new people getting into trucks over and over and over again, the trucks get beat up big time because students are still learning, and we understand that. Our instructors understand that, but the poor trucks suffer tremendously. So to kind of give you a rundown of what things cost, so then you know, make sure that you're treating your truck right, because or else this money could be coming out of your pocket any day when you get your actual CDL license. So for some reason, things are pretty okay when it comes to truck maintenance. We do a pretty good job of making sure we're maintaining our trucks, but for some reason the stars aligned in the universe and everything decided to break down in 1 week. Now when I mean everything, I mean I think 3 or 4 of our trucks decided to break down. We are still able to operate because we have multiple trucks on standby, and we're always able to kind of have our operation helping people and getting people on the road to freedom, because that's what we designed it for. That being said, let's kind of go through the list. So we had a truck, one of our road trucks that our students were able to drive on. All of a sudden it wasn't going into 5th gear anymore. So at one part we thought, oh, we have to replace the clutch. We bring it to the mechanic. The mechanic says, yes, the clutch has to be replaced, but one of the gears inside the truck itself, inside the transmission, has to also be fixed. And there's a bunch of other issues in the transmission itself. So what did we have to do? One, we have to go buy another clutch. A clutch for us costs anywhere from the $800 to $900 range, and that's not cheap. We actually had to replace 2 clutches this week for 2 different trucks. And then that transmission, we tried to save it as much as we could, but we couldn't. So we had to get that transmission shipped into a transmission guy, and he had to kind of repair the transmission. And that wound up being about a $2,800, $2,900 job. So just between 2 clutches on 2 different trucks and the transmission, say it's $1,000 a piece for the clutch plus the transmission, you're talking over $4 grand right there, right? So that can get kind of scary, and that's just with 2 different trucks kind of breaking down and things kind of aligning incorrectly for us. On top of that, all of a sudden another one of our trucks, the air compressor, decided to break down. And in this truck, for whatever reason, we said, okay, the air compressor broke down. Let's get a new air compressor inside the truck itself. We called up the international dealership and we said, hey, we need an air compressor for this type of truck. They call us up and say, hey, we don't make air compressors for that truck anymore, but we have a new air compressor that's smaller, and you also have to purchase the kit. Okay, so tell me, how much is the new air compressor? It's about $1,000. Well, that's not bad. Well, how much is the kit? Another $1,000. So that's $2,000 just to replace an air compressor. Now again, with the air compressor in the trucks that we have, that's going to be a tremendous, huge job because it's jam-packed inside the engine, which means just for the mechanic to get to the air compressor, he has to start taking parts apart, and it's going to take a whole lot of hours of service to kind of get that going. So sometimes I realize truck driving school would be a lot more fun if I had no trucks. But unfortunately, we can't really operate a truck driving school with no trucks, because you guys need the experience behind the wheel, and that's what we're here to provide you for. It's the price of doing business, and this is just a video to kind of show you that if you take care of your trucks correctly, you're going to lower your maintenance costs, and these big bills will not affect you. Now, once you actually get your CDL license, there's 2 kind of routes that you can go. You can go and become a company driver, which means hopefully you are still taking care of the truck correctly, but if something were to break, the company would pay for it. However, if you become an owner-operator, that means you have the ability to make more money, but if something like that were to break itself, it's coming out of your pocket. So that's why we always say when you're starting off your own business, have some operating capital for just in case money. If nothing happens, congratulations, you give yourself a bonus at the end of the year. But if something were to happen, it's always good to have that safe rainy day fund to fix these things, because say you don't have the money to fix your transmission. That's 2, 3, 4 grand depending on the truck that you're in, right? Now all of a sudden you can't fix the transmission, you're stuck there. If you're stuck, the truck can't move. The truck, and you probably still have truck payments on it. You have to make your truck insurance cost, and things start piling up, and it just turns into a big snowball effect. So take care of your equipment. That's why we ask you to do pre-trip inspection, and that's why you should go to the best driving school around, where you can actually learn how to take care of equipment, because our students actually get to interact with people like our mechanics, people like our managers, to really see how a lot of bad habits over time will turn into a very big, hefty bill. So hopefully this message caught you well. Just make sure you're watching when you're grinding those gears. Don't be jamming stuff in, because you're just going to be breaking transmissions apart. And watch that clutch, right? Clutches can get expensive. So if you have any questions about anything, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or take a virtual school tour to learn more about exactly how our training programs work at cdldrivingacademy.com/tour, cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.